And now it's time for Windy City Sports Talk. And your host, Ryan Young. Hello, Chicago! Welcome to this live Friday edition of Windy City Sports Talk for October the 14th. I am Ryan Young. Joining me, the Big Galoot, Papa Shango! It is Son Father Friday. Papa, how we doing?
Doing great.
Well, now, okay, I told you...
Spirits are high.
The carrots are high?
Spirits are high.
Well, I had told you we were going to open up with a tough question.
Okay.
And people are wondering. I told this... people want to know, how's the heart treating you after the... Because I told the story a couple of days ago.
Well, let me tell you, son.
Explain the... You know what? You explain the story from your eyes, because that show accidentally got deleted.
I'll explain what happened to me the other night.
I
was sitting down in the couch. I could have ran home from work. I was out of breath.
You were running through the parking lot.
Listening to it on the radio. Got to the couch. Men on second and third. Lo and behold, the man hits
Contreras.
Contreras hits that single up the middle. I literally almost hit the ceiling, and I got up too fast. I was dizzy. I thought I was going to fall down. I yelled for you. I said, "Ryan, help me. Help me."
I told him, and I'm like, Dad, we still got 2 more series left. You're not supposed to do it in the DS.
Believe me, I didn't want to check out. It was very scary.
And then the next day, you were making funeral arrangements.
Oh boy, it's not the way I want to go. Maybe during the World Series.
No, not during. After.
After, but no, it was a very scary moment. I think I just got up too quick, and that's all over and done with. I relaxed and everything's fine.
Well, it's good to hear, and of course we're going to have Son Father Fridays throughout the playoffs, and I'm sure, because really after that, I mean, he's not really a very big, you don't really follow hockey and basketball till he's a second half guy.
Correct.
So these fathers, hopefully this isn't the last one, because if it is, that means they are out in 5. But anyway, the Cubs had to find out yesterday who they're facing in the NLCS. And what a game it was. Early 1-0 lead by the Nationals. Then led to a 4-run inning by the Los Angeles Dodgers. Made it 4-1. Then a 2-run homer for the Nationals, or by the Nationals, making it 4-3. But then I fell asleep because I didn't really care, because my team's in the NLCS and one of them teams weren't. And explain to us how that 9th inning went and who pitched. And come on, give me the lowdown.
For one thing, I couldn't go to sleep. I had just gotten home from work. I wanted to see.
And you tend to poo-poo.
Who we're going to play. Either the team in the blue or the team in the red.
Yes.
I was kind of leaning towards playing blue on blue.
You want that in the World Series, too.
And it could be. Anyways, it was, I don't know who gave up all the runs when Washington had the lead. But,
it wasn't Scherzer. I don't know who it was. Anyway.
Just terrible.
But the 9th inning, okay, anyway, to make a long story short, because you never really got there.
Right.
They brought in Clayton Kershaw for the 9th inning.
Not the beginning of the 9th inning. They let the other guy, the reliever,
Kenley Jansen, they tried to get him a 3-inning
he stayed in
save,
for
pretty
one
much.
Guy. And then Kershaw came on.
Well, he was in for the 7th and the 8th. And by the way, folks, ladies and gentlemen, watching a game with Dusty Baker and Dave Roberts as a manager, take a guess. Or you already know this, but that 7th inning last night was 66 minutes.
66-minute inning.
That 7th inning almost lasted as long as the 13-inning Cub game the other night. But Dusty, well, no more trotting for him. He can trot.
Steve Traxel pitching?
Oh, God. Or John Lester?
It's like watching paint dry.
And, but anywho, the Dodgers are there. They advanced. They've been to the play. They're the only team to have 9 straight playoff years and have not made the World Series. Well, obviously that could end. And for the Cubs, they haven't been to a World Series since 1945. Out of the 4 teams remaining in the playoffs, the last World Series championship was when I was 2 years old in 1993. That was the Joe Carter home run off of Mitch Williams. I remember it like I was yesterday. I remember sitting down with you with my baby bottle in my diaper.
Toronto, yeah.
We were not watching it. What are you nuts? Like I remember the 90.
I know you don't remember it, but sometimes they tend not to
listen.
Things past me, and I don't catch it, so.
Because you don't listen. You listen to every other word. It's like, yep.
Kind of hard when I'm watching all the heavy traffic on Cogswell Drive.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Before we get started, let's go with the traffic report on Cogswell. Willie, take it away.
This time, at this point of the day, the school bus just pulled up by Ruth Airlines. There's many kids piling out of there. Cars backed up for miles.
And what's the delay? What's the time to Highway 50? How much time?
Highway 50, I'd say at least a half hour before they get to Highway 50.
It doesn't take a half hour to get to Highway. It doesn't take a half hour to get to Highway 50.
Well, it's a slow driver. Anyways, move on.
Is that the...
That's a traffic report.
We should have did like the live from the chopper.
No.
Okay, now that we got that all out of the way.
Good.
So so now the Cubs are in. I hate to use a Hawk Harrelson reference. The Cubs are in the catbird seat. Is that the word?
I don't know what seat it is.
Why does our cat have three bowls of kibble?
Can I just call it a comfortable seat?
Yes. Okay. So look at this. Paint this picture. Okay. And I've heard already people say, and no, I haven't heard Pete Rose because I'm sure he's already at the track.
Don't bring me to that situation. Later in the show, would you ask me about it?
Yes. But now let's talk about this. You got how Clayton Kershaw pitched in 2 days rest, so most likely he will not be ready till Game 3 in Los Angeles Tuesday. Now, so you have to worry about... Now, what else do you worry about in that rotation? Rich Hill just pitched. He's out. It's going to be Kempa Maeda, probably, or Kenta Maeda. It'll be the Game 1. Mother Deer back there is fiddling with her crop.
She's messing with a rump roast. Leave her alone. Go ahead.
We're not going to touch her rump roast. Now, anyway.
Better not.
And now she's got the water going.
Oh.
Anywho, so you got that. So what do you think? It's Kenta Maeda against Leicester Game 1 was my guess. You maybe give that Urias guy a shot in Game 2? He pitched last night.
I got to tell you, deep down, and honest to God truth, that I'm not scared of either one of them.
I'm not saying if you're scared of them. I'm asking who it's going to be.
Which one that they'll throw at us? I don't know. I don't care. I'm in that mode right now.
I know, but you were like this with the Giants, and we could have lost.
Say it again.
Who is going to pitch in the damn series for the Dodgers?
I don't know their pitching line.
Kenta Maeda, Rich Hill. Rich Hill can't pitch. And then you got the guy with the eye, Urias. And then you got Kershaw. I might be missing one.
I don't know. Whoever they throw at us, I don't know.
Now, the problem on the Cubs side, injuries starting to come to the front. Hendricks still unknown. Does that worry you? Do you think the Cubs need him to pitch? Because apparently, rumor has it, Bruce Levine broke this news, that it looks like Leicester Game 1, if he's not ready to go with Hendricks, he could get pushed back and Arrieta could go Sunday.
Let's put it this way. Hendricks he pitched 4 innings before he got the contusion to the forearm, which I think by now should be improving. So he'll be ready for his start. I'm not even worried about it.
So, and then of course Games 1 and 2 we'll be previewing them in a little bit. Let's talk about that. We haven't talked on here since we went to the game, NLDS Game 2.
Up on the roof. We were on the roof, you know.
Were we?
Do you remember?
I wasn't even drinking.
I was.
If there was one guy to take full advantage of free alcohol, that was Papa Shaw.
And also one guy to take advantage of food.
You forced me to eat. I was nervous.
Oh, I didn't have to force you.
I cannot eat during a playoff game.
Yeah, you've been like that since you were a toddler.
Back in the '93 World Series.
Back in the days when I first walked you up those stairs.
That was against the Giants too.
Set eyes on Wrigley Field. You couldn't finish your ice cream. You couldn't finish a hot dog. Everything I bought that cost a lot of money was a third eaten.
Well, guess what?
You haven't changed.
I had the barbecue sandwich. I had the
Harry Carey
the burger. No, not the Harry Carey.
It was a...
No, wasn't it what was the name of the cup thing outside? That was like Rary Carey or something.
Whatever it is.
That thing. But anyway, it was a fun experience, except the people around us were entertaining nonetheless. Please. We had a gay couple in front of us. They were like a 60-year-olds.
Do you have to bring that up?
Yes.
This is not that kind of a station.
This isn't any kind of a station.
No.
I can talk about what I want.
Oh, it'll be good. To each his own. Even though they were gone from after the first inning to the 7th inning.
And the bathroom door was locked.
That's not our problem.
But anyway, fun nonetheless. It wasn't cold. And we got out of there.
Perfect day.
We get out of there. We get out of there in the 8th inning, and here the buses didn't leave to catch the bus. We got on the first bus, beat all the traffic, got to the train, got all that, and then we find out that the 2 people stayed for the whole game, got on the bus, and still made it.
Yeah, what a joke that was. Had a guy singing to me, "Go Cubs, go," and then he tried to whistle it half the way home. Quite a ride. Quite a ride home. Just
that is exactly why Ryan brought his headphones. Every time you try to talk to me, I would just go, "Yep,
oh,
okay."
If I ever needed a quiet car, there's one occasion.
There was 4 people in the car.
I could care less. They should have been in the quiet. We should have been. They should have been in the quiet car.
You have gotten kicked out of the quiet car about 5 times.
I've had a couple warnings.
You almost choked that poor little Asian guy out the last time.
Whatever. He told me the Cubs would never win the World Series. What was I supposed to say?
He said, "No, I thought he told you that." I don't think that's what he told you.
He did too. Let me know when the Cubs ever make it. It's the hardest time I had with a guy on there. It was a conductor. Well, Mr. Conductor, where are you now?
You had a hard time with someone?
Just a tidbit. He was a Sox fan. You know how that can go.
Okay, so let's shift gears. That's recapping. We got a lot of previewing to do. We got to preview Cubs, Dodgers, Blue Jays, Indians, Bears, Jaguars, Hawks weekend. First Blackhawk weekend. But before we do that, we're going to have the Windy City Sports Minute that it took me 2 times to do today. This is your Windy City Sports Minute for Friday, October the 14th. Cubs found out who their NLCS opponent will be last night by a win of the Dodgers of a final of 4-3. They will start that series at Wrigley Field Saturday night, 7 p.m. FS1. The pitching probables have not been announced, but John Lester will be on the mound for the Cubs. Game 2 will be same time, same place, FS1 on Sunday. The American League Championship Series begins tonight. Blue Jays at the Indians. Marco Estrada against Corey Kluber, 7 p.m. TBS. Jay Happ and Josh Tomlin will be 3 p.m. TBS Game 2 on Saturday. Blackhawks will drop the puck following a loss the other night against the St. Louis Blues. They'll have a home this weekend starting tonight at Nashville. They'll welcome in Nashville tomorrow night. Then the Bears will be home to welcome in the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday at 12 p.m. on CBS. That is your Windy City Sports Minute. Now back to Windy City Sports Talk. We are back here on Windy City Sports Talk. My father just asked if we were on the radio. Yeah, we're right after Boris and Bernstein. Cheers. Oh, yeah. It's time to preview some stuff. Tonight, the American League Championship Series begins, as it'll be the Toronto Blue Jays, Cleveland Indians. Game 1 tonight. Marco Estrada against Corey Kluber. That game will be at 7 p.m. on TBS. Marco Estrada, I don't know if the ball carries well at Progressive Field or not. But your thoughts, Game 1 tonight, Indians, Blue Jays.
I like the Indians throughout. I thought a possible scenario, and I'm really jumping the gun for a World Series, would be the 2 teams with a C on their hat, which would be Cleveland and the Cubs. But now that I see Toronto's on this roll, they're going to be hard to beat.
But it always seems like they hit that wall, because they made it to the ALCS last year and ran into the Kansas City Royals.
I don't know. To me this year it seems like they got a lot of momentum, and I don't know if Cleveland's going to be able to match. Cleveland hasn't been in the playoffs for a while, have they?
Well, they made it to the ALCS in like 2009 or something like that.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
They got good pitching. I'll give them that. I said early in the year tonight, I told you they would be there. Now, I think it can go either way. They're both strong teams, but I like Toronto in the series.
Tonight with Corey Kluber going, I think Cleveland's got that one. Then Game 2 tomorrow at 3 p.m. The pregame, I guess you could say, to the Cubs and the Dodgers. Jay Happ at 20-4 this year. That was your guy, right?
I'm going to tell you something. I thought the guy retired. He's like Rich Hill to me. He used to pitch for the Houston Astros.
Jay Happ?
Yes,
I remember that. And then the Phillies.
And I thought he was out of baseball, and all of a sudden he comes up with a 20-4 year. And by the way, I had him on my fantasy team, so
I know you never shut up about him.
All things are good.
Yeah, and then Drew Pomeranz too.
Well, Drew Pomeranz is another story.
He went fishing.
He did. He did.
And then is that Josh Tomlin they had? Is that Josh Tomlin for the Indians? What's his last name?
I'm not sure. Tomlin?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, way to be a point. But again, that's Game 2 tomorrow, 3 p.m. TBS. I'm going to say
You're picking Cleveland?
I'm picking Cleveland tonight.
All right.
Tomorrow night, I think tomorrow's a toss-up. I'll say Toronto splits.
This is one case where I think the pitching or the hitting will outdo the pitching of Cleveland. I'm going to go a reverse.
So, but
I see more blue in the
well,
sky.
three out of the 4 teams are blue, by the way.
Okay.
So it could be the Dodgers you're seeing.
No. I'm moving on besides the Dodgers. I'm talking about the end. Blue again.
That could still be the Dodgers.
I mean, I'm cocky. I shouldn't do this.
I know you shouldn't. You cursed us.
Yeah. Like the Billy Goat, whatever.
Like Coach T.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yesterday he put on there, I guess I'm a Dodger fan, and right when he said that, Chris Heisey hit that 2-run homer for Washington. I'm like, boy, whoever you cheer for, it seems to lose, and then he puts Go Cubs.
Let me tell you about Coach T.
Tell us about the Kenosha News reporter.
He sees things in every other light but the Chicago light. So it's not surprising that he pulls for whoever plays any Chicago team. So good luck to the writer.
So the ALCS again tonight should be exciting. And Cubs Dodgers begin tomorrow. No pitching as of us doing this live. There has been no pitching probables announced for the Dodgers. My guess would be Kempta Maeda would be game 1. And then probably Urias.
Is that the dude
game
with
2.
one eye or the other?
No, that's Urias. Maeda's the Japanese guy.
All right, same thing.
And then
Japanese guys got no eyes.
John Lester will be 19-5 at 244 in the regular season. That game will be at 7 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. And then game 2, no starters yet. You can almost guarantee if it's not Hendricks, it'll be Jake Arrieta. You gotta see. Do the Cubs again? The Cubs have had some time off, and the Dodgers are tired. They came right from D.C. right to Chicago. Mm-hmm. They both had a practice today at Wrigley. Mm-hmm. Cubs hold the advantage with energy, momentum, or did the Dodgers have some momentum winning Game 5 last night in D.C.?
What momentum they could have, I just believe they're running into. I know I'm being biased in a far superior team than what they are, pitching wise and mostly hitting wise.
And I mean, when you look at the two offenses, you got. I mean, who's the most dangerous? I mean, it's a lot of lefties, so you're gonna see Aroldis Chapman getting his opportunities against Adrian Gonzalez and Jock Peterson, who got the.
What about Chase Utley?
Yes, Chase Utley too. Oh, that's another. So I think our bullpen. I think Aroldis Chapman, and the reason. And you were talking. Me and you continue to talk about the look on his face.
Oh.
On Tuesday night. But also, Joe Madden talked at a press conference a little bit ago. I listened to a little bit of it, and he said he was crushed, Aroldis, that he could not get the job done in the third game.
I believe that by looking at his face.
And then Game 4, all of a sudden, he just went to town.
That look he had, and I keep going back to what you said about him, possibly not want to be with the Cubs next year and moving on. I think he can. This kind of team can grow on you.
I'm sure
and make you want to stay.
I'm sure a World Series championship would change that in this city.
A little bit of jewelry could change your mind.
Because if you think about it, he will be. If the Cubs win a World Series, he will be the man on the mound when they do it.
Oh, absolutely.
You'd think, unless Jake Arrieta or John Lester or whoever's throwing a no-hitter.
Whoever it may be.
So, okay, now let's talk a little bit about, of course, the pregame and postgame coverage for Fox Sports 1, because of course I was saying Fox, so you got to think it's going to be Matt Vasgersian and John Smoltz. A tale of two guys on that set. You got Frank Thomas, who seems to be on the side of the Cubs, and
very excited.
Former Chicago guy, and I mean, I never really had a problem. Was he a Cub killer when they had the Crosstown Classic?
Yeah, yes, he was. He killed them, and I was really shocked to see him. To seem to have the excitement like a Cub fan would have, and he's a White Sox fan, which really...
I don't know if he played for him. I don't know if he's a fan.
No, he played for him. It's just... I never seen a person involved with the White Sox be so excited about the Cubs, is my bottom line.
Yeah. And then you also have... then we have Pete Rose.
Oh, we have Pete Rose. Mr. Chia Pet with a bow tie.
What was the first thing that came out of his mouth when the Cubs won?
He talked about why they didn't leave Matt Moore in the game. It was the stupidest thing I ever seen, and he was out there managing. Well, bottom line is he probably had a bet on the game and lost it. So he was a little bitter. Pete's been known to gamble a couple times or two.
Yeah, I bet he put money on that too.
It very well could have been.
So then we're gonna deal with him with pre and post game.
Oh my God, the Chia
Again,
Pet.
boy, imagine. Do you think he put money on the Cubs?
Sour Grape Pete.
You think he
and
put-
don't bring me to the shirt. They'll come later.
Go ahead, talk about it.
All right, the shirt. I have to revert to the shirt once again. Pete Rose said in an interview a month ago, before any of this happened with the Cubs, he goes, they're just the Cubs. They'll find a way to screw it up. Okay, that's going to go on the back side of my T-shirt. On the front side is an announcer, former pitcher, player for the St. Louis Cardinals, Mr. Al Hrabosky, who was posed the question about the Cubs making it or getting through the playoffs, and he goes, not in my lifetime. That goes in the front. Not in my lifetime. In the back goes, no, the Cubs will find a way to screw it up with Pete Rose's and Al Hrabosky's name on the shirt.
And a World Series
For
trophy.
sale soon. Honestly. People interested?
We'll invest.
Thank you.
But anyway, so you got the Cubs, you got the Dodgers. It should be a fun series. I think the Cubs have the. I mean, like I say, it seems like after they beat the Giants, the weight is lifted off the chest.
No, but no overconfidence.
That's that. I mean, yeah, because that's eventually going to lead
Well,
to.
it feels good to be in this spot. It feels good to get over that series. I do believe what you told me, son, at the very beginning. Dad, you said, Dad, this is the team you have to be. If you get by this team, the rest of the way should be easier. And I really, truly.
I think the winner of that series, if the Giants would have won, I would have easily had them in the World Series. I had them in the World Series already.
Absolutely. I agree 100% with you now. I look back what you said, and now I look what was forward, and I believe the Giants were the toughest hurdle to get over.
Yeah, and we'll see if that'll continue again, that series again. Tomorrow, 7 p.m., Fox Sports 1. Game 2, 7 p.m. on Sunday.
We'll be there.
And, of course, next week... No, we won't.
I know.
We'll be at home. I already told them. I think I'd rather
Can we
be
go
at
on the
home.
deck instead of the roof? No,
I don't
okay,
want to
never
watch a
mind.
game on the deck.
All right.
Well, we got to keep you from poo-pooing here on the couch.
I won't be pulling, and I'm watching my heart monitor.
And also, with the I had an example of something, and you completely took me off my
Sorry.
track. But anywho, that's Cubs Dodgers. Should be a fun series. Not sure who's
The
going to be.
Dodgers.
Oh, Vin. They're going to do it for Vin.
Is Vin Scully coming in any of these games?
No, he don't do the playoffs. He went out on a high.
God bless his heart.
Oh, Vin. The Dodgers, his uncle was twice removed, was married to his mother, and then found out they ate the same steak dinner at the same building 15 years prior, exactly where their parents met and got married.
Yeah, you can see why he goes solo.
Because one story lasts the seventh inning of
Thank
that game
you.
last night.
Thank
oh,
you.
Jesus Christ. We love everyone.
Nonetheless, a Hall of Famer.
Yes. Okay, now we got some other stuff to talk about with our 6.5 minutes.
Go for it.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Now, let's check my handy-dandy prediction. You know how bad I am at prediction. This is my World Series has already eliminated Red Sox Giants.
You didn't have the Cubs in there?
No, I had them getting upset in the DS by the... They shut me up.
You know where you can file that one.
So my bracket. Okay, for the Bears. The Bears. I had it right last week with the Colts losing. Now I have them beating the Jaguars this week. Your thoughts going in? They got to play. Who the hell's their quarterback these
Blake
days?
Bortles.
Still?
Yes, they got a good receiver, Allen Robinson.
Don't I have him?
Yes, you do on your fantasy team, but you're not rooting for him tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So
On Sunday, I'm sorry.
Tell me why the Bears are going to win this game that they couldn't win against the Colts. And go.
Because they're at home. They play better in the blue and orange uniform.
You and the damn colors in the blue today.
I don't know. I got to find something unless my laurels on. There's nothing else with the team that really excites me.
Now
Brian Hoyer, and Jay Cutler looms in the wings.
Now McPhee, they got 21 days to either get him off the IR. Apparently, because you know what's coming up this Thursday, right?
What's that?
Bears-Packers.
Oh, boy. Right after this Sunday game?
Yes, Bears-Packers Thursday and Game 5 of the NLCS. Plus, Game 4 of the NLCS will be the same night as the presidential debate.
Well,
this would have been your week to take vacation. But I'm not going to give you any thoughts.
No, I can't do it. You got a week notice. Not only that, it's a thing called a DVR that we have nowadays.
You have used it 2 times, and we've had it for 5 years.
We may have to use it for this one. So, okay, between everything and the presidential debate and the whole 9
Think
yards.
of this.
I don't know where to go.
The Cubs could be going to the World Series the same day as the Bears upset the Pack at Lambeau.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it'd be a fun
You're at a pipe dream there, though.
of the Cubs advancing or the Bears actually winning a game.
You know what I'm talking about. The Bears.
The Bears. Well, I have them winning this week, which I had them going 9-7, but it's not looking
Jordan
too hot.
Howard's looking pretty good, though.
Yes, and apparently, like we said, all Langford's out, Cutler's out. Here's their question: is when Cutler's cleared, is it his job or is it Brian Hoyer's?
When Cutler's cleared,
Yes.
I put him on the next train trip to Siberia.
I don't think you can drive a train to Siberia.
Find a way. Please. I'm done with Jay Cutler.
Why?
I do not like him.
Yeah, but I think I think John Fox has a love for him.
No, John Fox never liked what he inherited, and that was Jay Cutler. He's stuck with them because of the money. So let's get off the Jay Cutler thing and move on to something different. I'm getting a little agitated here. Please.
Because Jay Cutler's getting his job back?
If he does, there'll be I won't even watch. Please, move on.
I don't know. I'm trying to kill time. I want to know more about the Jay Cutler situation.
Time to get out of town. When he left Denver, I'll never forget the day he left Denver.
They said, sorry, Chicago.
I was shocked. I'm online and see all these comments. So, thank you so much for taking a crybaby away from us. Thank you so much, Chicago. What a crybaby, whining quarterback.
Boy,
thank you so
Chicago
much.
knew now.
And you know what? I never knew that until he got here.
If Chicago knew then what they know now, oof.
Oh, they would have never signed him. That's another big front office mistake.
Well, how is Virginia doing?
Still got our mink stole.
Yeah, she don't know where she is. They just wheel her into...
She'll be wearing it at Green Bay, trust me, and she'll be in their favor.
No, not when the Cubs are in the playoffs. She's a big Cub fan. Her and Dorothy sit behind the dugout.
Well, you mean they're both on the same night?
Yes, I told you. NLCS Game 5.
Well, maybe they can shuttle her from Green Bay. So I don't know if she can...
They'll be in Los Angeles, the Cubs. You can't shuttle her to Wrigley.
Bullshit, they got a fucking tough
Virginia don't even know what country she's in.
Hey, as long as the stole's on, she whips that baby off. She supports everybody in Chicago.
And I heard her and Jerry
God bless her heart.
I heard her and Jerry Jones had a little thing.
Well, same color hair. I don't know what to say about that. That's bad.
And Jerry Reinsdorf had a thing with Virginia.
I don't know nothing about that. I'll stay clear.
Okay, then we got the Blackhawks that are 0-1-0 to start the season against the rivaled Blues, which I'm glad I remembered that on Windy City
Sounds to
Sportsman.
me like you have to have a pencil and a scorecard to mark your player names down, because I'm not sure. A lot of young guys, and they got, from what I hear, they're supposed to be really good. I haven't watched them yet, but it's early, and it's hard to get away from the Cub and focus on anything less than that.
Well, it's a home and home with the Predators. And again, it is a fun time down there in Nashville, right on Broadway Street.
I know you were there with the T.
With T, me and him. Right, it's right. Their arena's right on the edge of Broadway. Beautiful, beautiful city. I wish I was there to see him tonight. It's tonight, 7 p.m. NBC Sports Network. Again, this is a test. They lose to the Blues in Game 1, and now all of a sudden they got the Predators.
Predators
and
a home
and home.
Done. They're a tough group.
Because they got one tonight in Nashville. Then tomorrow night they have one at the Madhouse.
Well, let's put it this way: it's early. I got to see a lot more, and actually a lot more.
You don't watch until the playoffs.
I got other plans going on right now.
We got a World Series to win.
I got something else.
Are we going
on
to the
my mind.
If the Cubs win it all, are we going to the parade?
That's a good question.
Because how many times are you going to get a chance to go to the
I'll
World
take another day off.
Well, you don't need it. You win the days off. We could go in the morning. We could be back home and ready for you to go to work.
After a parade like that, I'll be sauced. What are you, nuts?
Like now?
Get out of town. I'm not sauced.
Okay, folks. Again, a great weekend. You got Cubs, Dodgers tonight or tomorrow night and Sunday. You got the ALCS tonight and tomorrow. You got Bears, Jaguars. The Cap are in the middle of all that.
Beautiful sports weekend.
And then you got the Blackhawks, and then of course the Bulls going to be kicking or tipping off, I guess you would say, next week. So it should be a fun weekend or a couple weeks. Have a fun weekend. Hopefully the Cubs are up 2-0. Scott Beatty joins me on Monday, and I won't get a word in edgewise. It's like an off day. I'm Ryan Young for Papa Shango. Have a great day, Chicago.
So long, everybody.